Breaking down Bitcoin and Ethereum in this video here. So that inverse head and shoulders was too obvious. Definitely broke through. We're going to delete all of that out of the way. So again, we'll resort back to this new uptrend that we're looking for. We're looking for a higher low. So in this case, we got some bearish volume coming in. We're not holding any sort of support in this range, which means we could go back and look for this range here, 34,000. We could come back, try to double bottom around this range before we get that base. But it's clear now, it's evident, 44K is a wall. So this is what I'll be looking for in the coming weeks. If we do get any bullish price action to the upside, this is what we got to break, is that 44K range. Because that is 100% the zone that we've been getting stuffed since the beginning of January. So I want to see us kind of play in this range a bit, right? We have this 34 to 44K. Are we going to develop higher lows into the 44K where we get something like this and then we keep playing closer and closer into that 44K range? That's something I want to see if it's potentially going to happen. For the most part though, I'm still bullish. There's 21 million Bitcoin. There's more millionaires than there are Bitcoin. So just wait till everyone gets onto this. There's so much things going on in the background. There's a lot of talks going on that in the next elections in the States, Bitcoin is going to be one of the major factors causing this next political movement, right? So it's really interesting, and look at what's going on in Canada with Justin Trudeau freezing people's bank accounts. There's a need for Bitcoin. So right now it's just we're under the rumblings. Right now things are happening. There's no price action proving that we're going to go much higher right now, but there is definitely a thesis that is 100% like it's going to be met. And once everyone as a collective comes together to realize this, that's why I was saying in my last video, like, we're still mad early. There's still people who think this is fake. Like, it's actually insane. So my plan now is really not to catch a trade. I'm dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin on like a weekly, bi-weekly basis whenever I can in terms of like getting income. So I'm still mad bullish. I can't wait till like next year, the year after, when gathering all this Bitcoin by dollar cost averaging is going to seriously pay off. So in terms of looking for like a quick trade right now, there's probably not one. And after doing a bunch of research in terms of like listening to a bunch of people in the space who have been in this space since like 2010, like what we could be seeing right now is just a huge period of sideways consolidation, right? Technically we're in this big ass range, right? From 65K to around 30K, right? What if we're just playing in this range for a long period of time until we eventually fizzle out all the non-believers, and then as a collective, once it's all done and everyone's scared and no one wants to invest, is when it's going to go. That could be 2023, that could be 2024. I don't really care on the time frame, but now my objective, it's perfectly clear. Gather as much Bitcoin as you possibly can and dollar cost average, so then you are not like at any point in time at this at the mindset of like, oh my god, I have too much in. Like if I put in $200 a week into Bitcoin, that is something that I'd be able to do without affecting my overall financial situation, if you see what I'm saying. So I think this new plan is going to be very well paid off, especially for the long term. So I'm excited. If anything, I want to see us play in this range. So when it comes to Ethereum, it's a little bit more technically clean. Like we're playing off these trend lines and it looks better. Although there's a lot of things going on in the like Ethereum network that is still very confusing to me. Like with all this yield farming and all that stuff, swapping coins to get percentage yield on wrapped ETH and like all this, I don't even know what I'm talking about, right? Like there's so many things that like there is to learn in that space. And I still think that a lot of that is very niche. Like there's really not a lot of people in terms of the entire crypto space really educated on that. So it might need more time, right? Technically, we're still in a downtrend. We can't make higher highs. I want to see us break above this trend line here. That would indicate to me that there's some sort of, bullish reversal coming on here. But otherwise, we're still being held back. I like how we're back testing this trend line, so that could be the last bullish case here, is that we break up over it, and now we're back testing it a couple times before we get that curl up. But so far, even if we delete all that, it could be the very same thing. Weekly time frame, we're still making higher lows, right? I'm still fairly bullish on this. We need to see maybe a little bit more time in this range before we get that up, but overall, it doesn't look horrible. And like if you look at Facebook, PayPal, a lot of these like Roblox, like so many names in the stock market got absolutely destroyed. But Ethereum and Bitcoin are still holding up. So it kind of shows that there is definitely integrity in these two cryptocurrencies. So that's the breakdown for this week. Peace.